We used to flirt face-to-face, but now we do it generally through words on a screen, and that can just be a very weird thing for everybody. We did tons of focus groups where we asked people to not just tell us their stories, but literally to pull out their phones and hand them to us so that we could scroll up and down and see things that worked in interactions and also things that went terribly, horribly, depressingly wrong. The first one is, please, please, please do not send the generic hey text that has nothing else accompanying it. It's just a very confusing and strange message. It tells people nothing. The second big mistake that people make is they get into what we call the secretary problem. And that is this kind of endless loop of trying to schedule things with a person you've never met or kind of hardly know. You maybe met them very briefly. When you get into like, should we meet at Starbucks at 4 o'clock on Tuesday? Oh no, sorry, 4 o'clock on Tuesday doesn't work for me. How about 6 p.m. on Monday for a drink? Oh, Monday I've got spinning class, I can't make that. 3 or 4 of those exchanges and all the energy is sapped out of the exchange and people just forget it and swipe left and move on to the next person. The third problem is some people text messages that are way too long. Really just like a couple sentences is ideal. And in fact, one thing we learned is that a very strong opening text is something that recognizes both the name of the person you're sending it to, say something in the text that makes it clear to the other person that you remember who he or she is, and that you recall the specific interaction. If you can do all that in kind of a witty way, it's a bonus. The fourth thing we saw is that people who receive messages with bad grammar found that to be an incredible turnoff. Most people want to be with someone who's educated and who has some chance of getting a job someday. So if you can't spell the most basic things and don't know where the comma should go, maybe you should study a little bit before you ask another person out via text. Last thing is, please don't ask someone if they want to hang out. No one has any idea what that means. Do you want to watch a game? Do you want to have a beer? Are you trying to hook up? Is it romantic? Are you taking them to meet your friends or your parents? It's totally ambiguous, and nobody wants ambiguity when they're trying to text and make a plan.